Welcome back, everyone. Sorry about my messy spinner. So in this video, I'm actually playing around with a color palette. We had a special request for some coasters using sort of like a pale bluish gray, like a manor gray, I think is the name she gave it. And she gave me like a color swatch as an example. And so I basically had to make the color myself, and so I wanted to test it out and see what it looked like. So these two little tiles we're doing in this video are just basically the first attempt at these colors. So our friend asked us for coasters in this manor gray, white, black, and gold. And I was really having a hard time trying to wrap my mind around what that would look like. So that color is the manor gray. So the way I made this color is I also used, of course, you know, I had to throw some color art in there. So I used an interference blue by Colourarte, which is part of the Bling It line. So the way I mixed the color is I took Paynes gray from Colourarte and I mixed it with a little bit of titanium white. And then it was still a little bit too blue. And sorry, my dog's making noise. And so I added a little bit of Paynes gray from Liquitex, which I don't like. It's just a very plain gray. It's not a bluish gray like I'm used to. But it allowed me to get the color to be a little bit more gray. And so that's how we got that color right there. I think that color turned out really well where the blue interference kind of flows over it. And of course, my favorite gold I used in this one is the Golden Bright Iridescent Gold. It's a heavy body from Golden. So in the color test, that's the color I used. And I'm using a lot of Cell Activator here. I think this is Carbon Black by Golden. And this is some Cell Activator I had mixed up for a while, so I was kind of surprised it still works so well. So I'm blowing it out here with my little miniature leaf blower. And you can see the Cell Activator kind of took over. So I still really liked the way these tiles turned out. It's just that I think our friend was looking for something that was, maybe the black was a little bit more muted, and also looking for a little bit of a deeper gold. So I'll edit and publish that video where we actually found the right color composition and got what we were looking for. But these were also still really cool. So I still I only made 2 of them, and I went ahead and resined them. And if I remember correctly, they sold recently when we went to the pop-up market. I just think they're very fun looking still. So so this is the first one, and at this point, of course, I'm just waiting for sort of the center to come back after we blew it out. But in the second set, in order to get the black Cell Activator to be a little bit more subtle and more muted, I did not use a blower. I just blew it out with my own lungs, and I used less of it. So the Cell Activator was just a little bit more soft and you know, more lacing than kind of taking over here. But I still thought this turned out really cool. So this is the second one. I tried to speed this up for you guys because this was really more of a color test, composition test. You can see I'm just throwing things out to see what it looks like. There goes the golden. I love that color. That's my favorite gold, but it is very bright, so it can look kind of yellow. There's the interference blue, because you know I have to have some color art in the mix. And I wanted to use very little white just because the pillow's already white. So, you know, if we didn't blow it right, the pillow was going to come through anyway. So I didn't want there to be too much white. And you can tell, like, I'm just kind of throwing things on there as it seems right in the moment. Not necessarily a lot of rhyme or reason. So and I ended up actually making these 2 tiles and 2 sets of coasters with these colors because I was like, well, what am I going to do with this gray color? I don't want to waste the paint. So I went ahead and just used it up. And a friend of ours bought the other set. So it worked out great. So I've got obviously plenty of paint on here. A lot of cell activator again, as you can see. Carbon black sells up really nicely. So does oxide black from Amsterdam. Oxide black is a little more of a soft color black. So if you're looking for it to blend better, it definitely does do that. But my initial impression of these was a sunflower. I don't really know why, but that's what it seemed like to me. So, but you cannot see very well from this angle, but that interference blue made a huge difference, even though it was like super subtle. And obviously it's just kind of a clear iridescent color, but it made a huge difference in the way that gray really popped in the places where it kind of flowed over it. And so as you can see, a lot of black. So that's kind of what we didn't like or what our friend didn't like in this composition. I liked it, and for some reason it had this really weird sunflower look to me. I don't really know why my brain associated that, but it did. So, but anyway, I resin them anyway. You can see the tint of that iridescent blue right there. So pretty. So I resin them anyway, and some sweet lady bought them. But but then the second set, you'll notice when I publish that video, the cell activator is much more muted, and I used a little bit less of it, and we increased the gold, and we switched to Deco Art 24 karat gold because it's a little bit more of a deeper gold versus a bright gold, because this bright gold looks kind of yellow, which I like that about it, but I can see why she wanted the darker one. So anyway, I just thought I would share this color test with you guys. Obviously, I'm a big fan of the Bloomtechnique. I've been practicing it a lot, and if you haven't taken Shelley's course and you would like to, there's a 15% promo code in the description box below. Definitely recommend it, and thank you so much to all of our subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, please like and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Our social media links are also below. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.